did not see this coming. In a million years, I did not see this coming.
Hey guys, it's the Pink King here, and Jurassic World Chaos Theory Season 2 has just released. And it wasn't what I was expecting. First off, I managed to get an early preview of the first 3 episodes, but I wanted to wait until the full season came out in order for me to fully review it for you guys, because I don't want to spoil anything for you guys way too soon. Also, minor spoilers ahead in this video. In case you haven't seen the new season yet, I recommend you go watch it, then come right back here so you can see what I think of it. But yes, Season 2 has released after 4 to 5 months later after Season 1. Now, I was very surprised by Season 1. I loved the darker direction, the more mysterious aspect to it, not to mention the world building was great in Season 1. So, I admittedly was very excited to see what they would do with Season 2, especially considering how much of a bang Season 1 was. But after watching it for myself, what did I think? Well, it's complicated. First, let's talk about the positives, and thankfully, there's still a lot of positives to enjoy here. Where Season 1 was very Darius-centric, this season actually shifted the spotlight a lot more equally this time, as each character here get a lot more to do, and it's great. It was nice to see more stuff from Kenji, and especially Brooklyn. My god, her story in Season 2 was so engaging. Yes, it was a little bit disappointing that she's actually alive, but I think we all saw that coming. But ultimately, they still managed to tell a very good story with her here. Also, another thing I'm happy with was the darker elements. This season thankfully keeps the darker tones from Season 1, with some very creepy imagery and music, which is fitting since it's October. But yes, I was not left disappointed with the darker elements, especially with Brooklyn's story here. It was very tragic, but it does make enough sense to work, and surprisingly, by the end it really does manage to make you feel the loss and betrayal all these characters also feel. One thing I also want to point out is the animation has gotten a bit better from last season. It's subtle, yes, but there are some areas here that are just genuinely breathtaking in imagery. I really appreciate the animators trying to improve as much as they can when they go along. It's subtle, but I really liked that. They're clearly trying to push themselves and do new things here, like the inclusion of real animals and the lions, the hippos. Their interactions with the dinosaurs help to make this world feel truly lived in and expanded. And I really liked how they're doing that. But, if I'm gonna be honest here, this season was not as solid as the first, unfortunately, in a few areas, with probably one of my personal pet peeves being the locations. Like at first we start out on a cruise ship in a storm, and that's really unique, and the first episode really uses that to its full advantage. It's so interesting, and towards the end of the season, we get to this really creepy bunker that was very claustrophobic, and seeing the dinosaurs and the characters run around this area, it was very different, and I liked that sort of creativity. I really like that. But most of the episodes, unfortunately, once again, are in a jungle. I feel this series is taking a step back when it does that, because we already have seen them in the jungle tons of times. It's not new, and it's rather a cliche at this point, especially with Camp Cretaceous. And one thing I liked so much about Season 1 was the locations. The fact it was in civilization provided a lot more interesting ideas and fun new concepts and ways of approaching this sort of idea that dinosaurs are in our world. Showing this story through that method, it was very nice. I'm not mad it's in a jungle again, I just feel like after what we've seen in Season 1, you could do a lot more than that. You know, you've already shown you can go past the jungle stuff, so I don't understand why you have to come back down in order to do it again. Another thing that holds this season back also is unfortunately the character drama. I really enjoyed how Season 1 was able to actually implement much more serious and adult character drama, whether it be with Sammy or Kenji. I really liked that aspect. It made these characters feel very human and alive. and it makes adult viewers feel much more engaged, because this show isn't just for kids, it's for Jurassic fans. So I feel like losing that mature aspect is a bit disappointing. Besides Brooklyn, most of the characters here have all their drama mostly gone, with it changed back to a fetch quest sort of style, similar to Camp Cretaceous again. And so in that aspect, I was very disappointed, especially seeing what they have done before, what they're capable of doing. And for me personally, I feel the biggest issue with this season is that it feels like a filler season, which is crazy considering what happens in it. But I feel like this season is supposed to be the bridge to what comes next. Like, the writers really want to tell what happens after this, but they need to make up a reason for why it's happening in the first place. And that's ultimately what this season felt like to me, just something that's supposed to fill in the gap while we wait. Which is unfortunate, because there's some stuff here that could have really been fantastic, but ultimately it just feels like it was disappointing. But overall, what did I think? I still enjoyed it. You know, I still had a lot of fun with the show, in addition to some great stuff we got to see. But I feel like this season is a step back from what season 1 was on a few levels, and I hope that the creators try to stick more to what happened last season and less to what happens this season. Because I feel this season, the creators are falling back into bad habits like they did with Camp Cretaceous. So yeah, I'm still interested to see what happens next, but I really hope that they keep trying to evolve moving forward and not stay in the same comfort zone that they're currently in. So it's still good, but it's not as surprising as it used to be, unfortunately. But what do you guys think of Season 2? Tell me in the comments, I want to hear what you guys have to say about Season 2, and whether you enjoyed it or not. For me, I found it to be quite average, nothing really impressive, but you guys can have a totally different opinion to me. Let's talk about it in the comments. I'm very interested to see what you guys have to say in this. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. I am so close to reaching my goal of 5,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We are less than 100 away from doing that, and with your help, we can definitely achieve that before the end of the year. So, like this video, subscribe, and with that, I will see you all next time.